Good morning, students. Welcome to 11th standard physics class. Students, today's topic is on oscillations, unit 10. Time period. The time period is defined as the time taken by a particle to complete one oscillation. It's usually denoted by T. So, omega T is equal to 2 by. So, T is equal to 2 by omega. So, one complete revolution, the time taken is small t is equal to capital T. Next, frequency and angular frequency. Frequency. The number of oscillations produced by the particle per second is called frequency. It is denoted by F. So, F is equal to 1 by capital T. Next, angular frequency. The number of cycles per second is called angular frequency. Omega is equal to 2 by F. It's usually denoted by the Greek small letters omega. The next phase. The phase of a vibrating particle at any instant completely specify the state of the particle. If you consider two particles executing simple harmonic motions, their equations are y1 is equal to a sin omega t plus pi 1 and y2 is equal to a sin omega t plus pi 2. The next topic is horizontal oscillations of a spring mass system. Consider a system containing a block of mass m attached to a massless spring with stiffness constant or force constant or spring constant k placed on the smooth horizontal surface. Let x0 be the equilibrium position or mean position. Suppose the mass is displaced through a small distance x towards right from its equilibrium position and then released. It will oscillate back and forth about its mean position x0. Let F be the restoring force. From Newton's second law, we can write the equation for the particle executing simple harmonic motion. M into d squared x by dt squared is equal to minus kx. So, d squared x by dt squared is equal to minus k bar m x. Comparing this equation with the simple harmonic motion, we get omega squared is equal to k by m. Next, vertical oscillations of a spring. Let us consider a massless spring with a stiffness constant or force constant k attached to a ceiling. Let the length of the spring before loading mass m, length L. If the block of mass m is attached to the other end of spring, then the spring elongates by length small l. Let F1 be the restoring force due to stretching of spring. Due to mass m, the gravitational force acts vertically downward. We can draw free body diagram for this diagram. The equilibrium F1 plus mg is equal to 0. So, F1 is force, mg is equal to gravitational force. Here is small displacement L proportional to L. F1 is equal to minus KL. Here K is constant. So, minus KL plus mg is equal to 0. So, F1 is equal to KL. mg is equal to KL or m by k in cross multiplication. M by k is equal to L by g. Then next, suppose we apply for very small external force on the mass such that mass further displaced downward by a small displacement y. F2 directly proportional to y plus L. So, F2 is equal to minus k into y plus L. So, in multiplication minus ky minus kl. So, mass moves up and down with acceleration d squared y by dt squared. So, minus ky minus kl plus mg is equal to m d squared y by dt squared. So, F is equal to F2 plus mg. Here mg is equal to minus kl plus mg. So, minus ky minus kl plus mg. Minus kl plus kl cancelled here. So, F is equal to minus ky. Here applying Newton's law, m into d squared y by dt squared is equal to minus ky. So, d squared y by dt squared is equal to minus k by m. K by m into y. The above equation is in the form of simple harmonic differential equation. Therefore, we get the time period as t is equal to 2 by square root of m by k second. That's all. Minus ks, s means series connection. x1 plus x2 distance is equal to x1 plus x2 is equal to minus f by ks. The spring constants in series connection minus k1 x1 is equal to minus k2 x2 is equal to f. So x1 is equal to minus f by k1 and x2 is equal to minus f by k2. So therefore substituting this both equation f by k1 minus f by k2 is equal to minus f by ks. So 1 by ks is equal to 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2 into r. Ks is equal to k1 k2 in cross multiplication like k1 k2 by k1 plus k2 Newton per meter. Suppose we have n springs connected in the series. The effective spring constant in series is 1 by ks is equal to 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2 plus 1 by k3 up to k1 by kn. So if all spring constants are identical, k1 is equal to k2 is equal to kn up to kn. So 1 by ks is equal to n by k. So ks is equal to 1 by n. This means that effective spring constant reduced by the factor n. From the above equations, we have k1 x1 is equal to k2 x2. Then the ratio of compressed distance or elongated distance x1 and x2 is x2 by x1 is equal to k1 by k2. The elastic potential energy stored in first and second springs are u1 is equal to half k1 x squared and ut is equal to half k2 x squared. So in ratio u1 by ut is equal to half k1 x1 squared by half k2 x2 squared. So half cancelled. So k1 by k2 is equal to x1 by x2 whole squared is equal to k2 by k1. Here by u1 by ut is equal to k2 by k1. That's all. The next topic, energy in simple harmonic motion. First expression for potential energy. So force is equal to minus kr. R is vector quantity. F is equal to minus kx. So potential energy F is equal to minus du by dx. It is a potential energy. Comparing 1 and 2 equation. Minus u F value is equal. That's why. So minus kx is equal to minus du by dx. So minus cancelled. So kx is equal to du by dx. So in cross multiplication kx dx is equal to du. So du is equal to kx dx. So integrated. Next topic is simple pendulum. A pendulum is a mechanical system which exhibits periodic motion. It has a bob with mass m suspended by a long string and other end is fixed on stand. When a pendulum is displaced through a small displacement from its equilibrium position and released, the bob of the pendulum executes to and fro motion. Here L be the length of the pendulum, which is taken as distance between the point of suspension and the center of gravity. Resolving the gravitational force into components, two components. Normal component, the component along the string but in opposition to the direction of tension. F is equal to mg cos theta. Then tangential component, the component perpendicular to the string. Example, along tangential direction of arc of swing. Fps is equal to mg sin theta. Therefore, the normal component of the force is along with the string. So, v is speed of bob. So, t minus mg cos theta. Here, negative sign is opposite direction. From the figure, we can observe that the tangential component v base of the gravitational force always points towards the equilibrium position. The direction in which it always points opposite to the mean position. Hence, in this case, the tangential force is nothing but the restoring force. Applying Newton's second law, along tangential direction, we have theta is equal to arc length by moment arm. So m is equal to d squared s by dt squared plus fps. So theta is equal to x by L. So arc length x, moment arm L. So we substitute that value there. S is equal to L theta. Then F is equal to minus mg x by L. So it is the equation. Next, substituting this equation, we get L d squared by theta by d theta squared is equal to minus g sin theta. Here substituting Newton's law, F is equal to ma. Because the presence of sin theta in the above differential equation, it's a non-linear differential equation. Assume the small isolation approximation sin theta is equal to theta. The above differential equation becomes linear differential equation. So ma is equal to minus mg x by L. So a is equal to g by L x. This is well-known isolated differential equation. Therefore, the angular frequency of this isolation of the system is a directly proportional to minus x. Next topic is laws of simple pendulum. The time period of simple pendulum depends on the following laws. First one, law of length. For a given value of acceleration due to gravity, the time period of a simple pendulum is directly proportional to the square root of length of the pendulum. Second, law of acceleration. For a fixed length, the time period of a simple pendulum is inversely proportional to square root of acceleration due to gravity. Third one, independent of the following factors. Mass of the bob. The time period of acceleration is independent of mass of the simple pendulum. This is similar to free fall. Therefore, in a pendulum of fixed length, it does not matter whether an elephant swings or an ant swings. Both of them will swing with the same time period. Next, amplitude of the oscillation. For a pendulum with a small angle approximation is the time period is independent of the amplitude of the oscillation. That's all. Students, today's topic is over. Today's homework. Students, I have given homework to you. Read the questions and answers well and write 2 or 3 times in your classwork note. Thank you students and God bless you.